guys, welcome back to Mighty Morphin DJ. I'm DJ, and there is a long history of Megazords based on the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Dino Megazord. And today, we're taking a look at the latest, and that is the Playmates Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition Dino Megazord. I can't wait, let's take a look at it. Alright guys, here they are. The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition Dino Zords from Playmates. This is the latest Megazord in a long line of Megazords, going all the way back to the original in the 90s, all the way through the Hasbro Megazord, the Legacy Megazord, the Zap Megazord, not to mention a lot of the re-releases that came straight from Japan. Now, the difference between this Megazord and other Megazords of the past is that these were all sold completely separately. Traditionally, the Megazord is always sold in a 5-pack with all 5 Zords together. The closest to this that we ever came was the Megazord that Hasbro made. Not the Zap Megazord, but the Megazord that they made more for kids. That one you could get each individual Zord in a 2-pack, and then I think it was the T-Rex that came individually. So we are going to dig into this. We are going to take these figures, we're going to combine them, we're going to make the Megazord, we're going to see how it holds up against its predecessors. But first, let's take a look at the packaging. Now, there are 5 packages here, but they are all pretty much decked out exactly the same, so I will point out the small differences, but for time's sake, I'm going to focus on just a few of them. So, all of them have the Power Rangers Reignition here in the corner with all 5 Rangers there on the side. The Pterodactyl, the Triceratops, and the Saber-Toothed Tiger all have missile firing action. The Megazord battle ready on the T-Rex, and with Power Sword here on the Mastodon. Each one has a diagram of the Megazord that shows where each one goes when it is combined into the Megazord. The Pterodactyl Zord is the only one with a warning signature and choke hazard on it, probably because of the minifigures that it comes with. And then by and large, the only other difference between these boxes is that each one lists its individual Zord. Pterodactyl, Mastodon, Saber-Toothed Tiger, Triceratops, and Tyrannosaurus. On the left side of the boxes, each one has Power Rangers Reignition with an image of the Power Rangers on the side and, of course, the helmets here. And then each one has its individual feature listed as well. Missile firing action with Mega Power Sword, Megazord battle ready, missile firing action. The right-hand side of the box, again, shows Power Rangers Reignition. You can see the clear plastic where you can see the Zord on the front of the box. Again, the features listed here, and then at the bottom, Saber-Toothed Tiger, Tyrannosaurus, Mastodon, Pterodactyl, and Triceratops. And the tops of the box, you can see Power Rangers Reignition, and then each one has its individual feature listed here. And then, of course, each one is individually labeled Triceratops, Pterodactyl, Mastodon, Tyrannosaurus, and Saber-Toothed Tiger. And then, of course, you can see the plastic where you can see the Zord inside. Typically, on the bottom of these boxes, there's nothing but disclaimer stuff, but on the bottoms of these, it actually shows the other products in the Reignition line. As you can see here, it showcases the Morpher, the Blade Blaster, and some of the individual figures. And then the Mastodon and Tyrannosaurus box are the only ones that have the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition brand on the box. They had to put something there because the boxes are so much bigger than the rest. And then on the back of the boxes, you can see each Zord out of the box with all of its features that it comes with. For example, the Pterodactyl shows off the individual little rangers that it comes with, as well as its missile firing action. The Mastodon comes with its Power Sword. The Tyrannosaurus shows that the Megazord head is built into the head of the Tyrannosaurus, and then of course it shows the missile firing action of the Triceratops and the missile firing action of the Saber-Toothed Tiger, and of course the Power Rangers Reignition brand on all the boxes with the story of the Power Rangers, the image of the Rangers there, and then what it looks like when you combine all 5 of them into the Megazord, and of course the QR code so you can see what else is available in the line if you were to scan that code. So those are the boxes. So now we are going to waste no time. Let us go ahead and break into these boxes so that we can get our hands on the Zords themselves and start combining them to form the Megazord. Hey guys, before we get into the rest of the video, I have a question for you. Do you like my content? Do you want to see more of it? Are you just a fan of the Power Rangers in general? If you said yes to any of these, then I have a small request. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click that notification bell to receive notifications of future videos. And now, on with the video. Alright guys, here they are, the Power Rangers Reignition Dino Zords out of the box. So right off the bat, you can see that these things are pretty big when compared to other Zords that have come before them, especially the OGs. So let's take a look at each one, starting with the Triceratops. All right, so here is your Triceratops up close. So it has all of the painting and stickers that you would expect from the Triceratops Dino Zord. It does not look bad. It does not have a fold-in feature for the treads like other Zords have in the past. It does not have wheels on the bottom of them like other Zords have in the past. But aesthetically, it does look good. And then, of course, it has missile-firing action in the tail here. So you can flip the tail forward, just like so. And then you can fire the missile, which is pretty neat. Not a bad looking Zord, and again, when compared to other Zords from previous releases, it's huge, so I do like it. Okay, now, before I get into the rest of them, you can see that each Zord has its respective Ranger minifigure standing right in front of it. Those minifigures came with the pterodactyl as part of its accessories. So we're going to take a good look at those, so let's go ahead and take a look at the Blue Ranger. And right away, I think these look better than the ones that came with the Zap Megazord, because first of all, they are painted, and they do look good. Now, the detailing on the helmet is not perfect. It's not all that great, but the figure itself, I think, still looks better than the ones that came with the Zap, because they actually tried to paint it and make it look good. So, it's not, I don't think it's collector grade, but it's still nice. Next, let's take a look at the saber-toothed tiger. Knocked over the Yellow Ranger there. So again, here it is, and it looks really good. Now, again, it does not have wheels on the bottom of it, so when in tank mode, the Megazord will not roll, but it does look good. The teeth do fold up like they're supposed to when you put it in Megazord mode. And then, of course, it does have the missile firing action on the tail. So we can fold it in, and then we can take aim, and we can fire the missile. And I think that's really cool. I like it. And again, it is huge. There is the port where you would put the T-Rex's knee into the saber-toothed tiger to form the Megazord. And then here is the Yellow Ranger. Again, it looks really good when compared to other minifigures I've seen before, especially the ones that came with Zap. Is the helmet sculpt perfect? No, it is not. But it is a good-looking little minifigure when compared to previous attempts. All right, now let's take a look at the Mastodon. So, the Mastodon comes with the Mega Power Sword. And then here is the Mastodon itself. This is a bulky figure. It looks really good. All the paint is the way it's supposed to be. All the stickers appear to be how they are supposed to be. The only thing I've noticed is that the head is like a shade of gray versus the rest of the Zord, which is solid black. So that is odd to me. I don't know how that happened, but I'm not going to let it bother me too bad. I do think that's an oversight. The trunk actually kind of moves up and down a little bit. Kind of neat. It's got a little bit of a pivot there. But overall, this is a good looking piece. It is just a little fragile. It's a little difficult to keep it together, but by and large, not a bad looking piece. And again, it is huge when compared to other Zords that have come before it. And then here is the Black Ranger figure. Again, looks better than previous attempts. The helmet sculpt is not perfect, but still, I appreciate the effort. Now let's take a look at the pterodactyl. All right, and here is the pterodactyl. Now, what's cool about this is that the mouth can open and close, so I do like that. And again, when compared to other pterodactyls from previous releases, this is huge by comparison. This pterodactyl did come with the Ranger minifigures. All 5 of them came with this figure in the box. And then, of course, it does have missile firing action. And it comes with 2 missile launchers. So you've got missile launcher number 1, and then you've got missile launcher number 2. Pretty cool. I like it. And then here again is the Pink Ranger minifigure. Again, not a fantastic looking figure. The head sculpt might need a little work, but again, a better looking attempt than what came with the Zap Megazord. I don't mind this. And then the Pièce de Resistance, the Tyrannosaurus Dino Zord. This thing is huge. It's huge, absolutely huge. I can barely keep the whole thing on camera. But just look at it. So you can see the clips where the Mastodon connects. You can see here where the Triceratops and the saber-tooth tiger connect. You can see where the arms fold in. And then it has a tail. The tail is huge. You see the clip here. And it clips into the back of the Mastodon when the Mastodon is attached. The Mastodon will clip here and here. Now, this is pretty much the only way to stand the T-Rex stably. It does not have, this is right here, this is as far as the legs will stretch, so you cannot stand it upright like you can other Tyrannosaurus swords that have come before it, but it's okay, I think it looks alright. And then it is very easy to simply pull the chest out, tuck the head in to reveal the head of the Megazord when you're ready to transform it into the Megazord. So all in all, not bad. Now these are not the most articulate figures. They do not have that much ability to pose. They are very limited in their posability, but they are nonetheless not bad looking figures. As far as just sheer scale and size go, they are huge by comparison. So I do like that about them. Now the one thing that people have noticed is that the sticker is upside down. And they are not wrong. The sticker is, in fact, upside down. So if you look at the box and then you look at the actual Zord itself, you can see that the sticker shown here is upside down by comparison here. Now, some people are taking the sticker off and reapplying it right side up using a heat gun or a blow dryer. You can do that with yours if you wish. I'm going to leave mine alone because A, I'm not comfortable with trying to do that in fear that I may ruin it. B, I think it's kind of a neat little quirk that is going to be a part of the history of this figure that I can speak to later. All right, now that we've taken a look at each Dino Zord individually, it's time to combine these Zords into the Megazord tank mode. All right, and here it is, the Megazord combined into tank mode. Oh, hang on. We forgot the Mastodon. Handle's underneath here. The hole is right there on the chest plate of the T-Rex. There we go. All right, and now the Megazord in tank mode is complete. That was a little bit of an overlook there. So this is the Megazord in tank mode, and it does not look bad. It's pretty freaking big when compared to other Megazords, I must say. This thing is really cool looking. Now the downside is, again, there are no wheels underneath here so that it can simply roll. There are no wheels, so all it can do is kind of sit stationary. You can't roll it up and down, which is a shame. That's kind of an oversight, in my opinion. But the figure itself does look good. Aesthetically, it looks good. And again, the sheer size of it gives it some points. And again, this Zord has actual missile firing action, so you can fire the missiles from its launchers, just like it showed in the original show, which is really cool. Neato. And then you also have the missiles on the Triceratops and the Saber-Tooth Tiger that you can fire if you want, which again kind of attributes what it could do in the original show. Kind of like that. So this thing is really cool looking. I don't have, I wish there were wheels on it. I do wish there were wheels on it. Unfortunately, there are not, but aesthetically, it does look good. And now, let's go ahead and put it into Megazord Battle Mode. All right, here it is, the Megazord assembled into battle mode. This thing is ridiculously large. At its highest point, it is 16 inches tall. That includes the blasters with the pterodactyl's missile firing action at the top. But if you're just going by the head of the Megazord, it's at least 14 inches tall. This is a tall Megazord, the tallest I think we've ever seen. It does look really good, I must say. It is so tall, it is difficult to keep the entire thing on camera. Now, I really do like this thing. Now, the design is very simplistic and easy to put together. The clips are big. You don't feel like you're going to break it. There is a lot of clicking and a lot of ratcheting involved. So that is very satisfying, and it lets you know that this is put together fairly well. Now, something that I noticed when I was combining it into the Megazord earlier is that when you look here and here at the top, there are clips in the shoulders of the Mastodon, which tells me that this was made to be combined with the Dragon Zord at some point, which tells me that they are planning to release a Dragon Zord so you can combine the Dragon Zord with the Megazord, as we have seen traditionally in other Megazords, such as the Zap and the Legacy, just as we saw it in the show once upon a time. So that, I think, is going to be really cool. Now, the downside of this Megazord is that, again, it doesn't have a lot of posability. You're very limited on how you can pose it. The legs cannot be twisted one way or the other. They can be ratcheted forward, they can be ratcheted backwards. That's about all you can do with them. The same thing with the arms. Now, you do have a little bit of play with the arms because you can sort of bend them in like this, but it's not really meant to do that. It's kind of an unnatural motion. So I wouldn't really recommend it. It's not really what it's meant to do. However, I think this thing will look fantastic on shelf space. As far as playability goes, it's fun to take it apart. It's fun to put it together. And when we get the Dragon Zord, I'm sure it'll be fun to do that, as I'm sure it will be compatible with a Dragon Zord, having now discovered those clips in its shoulders, in the shoulders of the Mastodon. So I'm looking forward to that. They have not announced it, but I am predicting it. This was clearly designed to hold that. So guys, those are the Dino Zords, and this is the Megazord. What do you think of it? All right, guys, there it is. My thoughts on the Playmates Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Reignition Dino Zords and Dino Megazord. I like it. It's a solid attempt at a Megazord. No, the figures aren't the most posable. They're not the most articulate, but they look good. The paint application is good. They are clearly what they are meant to be. It's a good looking piece, you know, and not to mention the sheer scale of it. 16 inches tall at its highest point. That is the tallest Megazord I think we've ever gotten. It is taller than the Zap, it is taller than the Legacy and the OG, and it is taller than the Hasbro that was intended for kids. There may be a Japanese version that is taller. I don't know. I don't personally have any of those, but that's pretty big. I am excited that it seems clearly ready-made for a Dragon Zord. The shoulder clips in the shoulders of the Mastodon clearly allude to that. So I would not be at all surprised to see an announcement from Playmates that a Playmates Reignition Dragon Zord is coming at some point in 2026. Yes, it's clearly geared towards kids, but as far as kids' toys go, it's pretty nice. Things like the Zat Megazord they're so focused on articulation and quality and collector grade that they forget that, you know, it's a toy. It's meant to be played with. We want to be able to transform it without the fear of breaking it. This does that. I like it. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts on the Playmates Megazord. What do you think? Do you have it? Is it on your radar? Let me know in the comments below, and if you have enjoyed this video, then please check out this video right here and let me know what you think of it in the comments below. In the meantime, this has been Mighty Morphin DJ. I'm DJ, and you know what time it is.